In this lecture I want to talk about boundaries, and more specifically your boundaries. And boundaries are all about knowing the importance of focusing on what we're good at. The skills, the services, the competencies, the expertise, the stuff that we know we can do well. The problem is, even when we've developed a really clear sense of what these boundaries are and what we should be doing, we're still tempted to take on stuff that we know, if we really thought about it, we should leave alone. But we don't want to turn them down, or rather we don't want to turn the money down, because we're putting short-term gain ahead of longer-term business considerations. There are lots of problems with taking on these jobs which are beyond these boundaries. We resent all the time and how little money they're making. We're unlikely to do a very good job. So we've probably blown any chance we had of getting the type of work that we really want from this customer. They take a long time, so we earn less per hour than we would if we were doing the stuff that we really should be doing. They're not jobs that you're going to want to tell anybody about because you're probably not going to do them very well. They might damage your reputation. And they just never seem to go away. They just drag on and on with a list of problems that never seems to get resolved. When the client rings up, you know that they're going to talk about something you don't want to know. They're going to ask you questions you can't answer. They're going to get you involved in things that you really, really don't want to do. A couple of years ago, I took on an e-commerce project for a client which was just on the edge of what I could do, but close enough to have a go. 2 years later, I'm still working on this job. I'm still getting calls from the client with stuff that's kind of nearly there but not quite right, or almost working but not quite doing what it should. Things that really I can't afford the time to sort out, but having taken on the job in the first place, I've now got this obligation to get the job finished. It's a mistake that I've made a few times. Probably I'm going to make it again, because it is just so tempting to take on this stuff, particularly when you've been chasing a job for 6 months to get to the point where the client says, yes, okay, you can have the job, for you then to realise that maybe it's not quite the job you had in mind, maybe not quite the job you should be doing, but now you just have gone so far with it, you just want to have a go. So first off, know what your boundaries are. Know what you should and what you shouldn't be doing. And then, when you've got a clear idea about all that, make sure that you stick to it.